One of our favorite rocks, huh, Miss Cricket? Well, let's zoom out a little bit. Or zoom. We're kind of close is what I'm trying to say. And if you look really hard, right down there through the trees, do you see that very light patch? That is the river. Right there. And that slight rumble that you hear is the train. And there's more and more houses over there every year. When we first moved here 17 years ago, there were no lights over there at all. Now there's like 6 different residents over there we can see. Can you see the trees that came down in the last storm we had? This little cedar tree is growing like a weed. I just love these rocks here. That's my neighbor Jennifer's hunting cabin. No one's over there except in hunting season, then they just come for the weekend and they leave again. But we're just walking around in the woods and in the yard first thing in the morning. So as you can see, when I say I'm in the woods, the woods is right next to the house. That's our pump house. That's where our well is. Oh, you gonna get on that one? Okay. I love that little fairy. And this rock is so cool. Have you ever seen a cactus growing in moss next to a fern? I had never seen that either, but it was like that when we moved here. And there used to be a fat and sassy little chipmunk that lived under this rock. She may still be sleeping, but she has little babies every year. I'm sure it's not the same one after 17 years. But they're quite feisty little critters. Very entertaining. There's like 4 different clans of chipmunks that live here around the house. They have each have their little separate territory. There's this one little group that lives here. And then there's a little group that has claimed the patio and the water tank. And as we walk over there, I'll show you. We used to have this really strange box around our outside faucet, but we installed a water softening system and built a little building around it. But when it was just this weird little structure, the chipmunks would live in it and then peek out from under the roof. It was pretty cute. But that's our kitchen window right there. Patio's all winterized. I love the sound of this. We had fish in here for a few years. There's a water lily that lives in there. And a really good colony of moss. Can you see that? But there used to be tadpoles in here every spring, and so we had fish, and then we didn't have tadpoles. But the fish have since died, and they lived a long time, several years. And I guess we're going to get more fish, but I'd rather have tadpoles. But the flowers are starting to wake up. My poor sad lilac. I gotta figure out what to do for it. But it's getting buds, so it's still alive. When I was a little kid in Pennsylvania, my parents had 2 lilac bushes that had kind of grown together, and there was like a little space underneath. And my My aunt, who is 2.5 weeks younger than me, and I used to play under there. We called it our fort. And so that's why I planted them with a space underneath, so I can have my little fort under the lilac bushes. Plum tree, vegetable garden. I guess this year our projects are going to be maintaining roofs and shoring up structures and that kind of stuff. You would think after you live here for a while nothing else needs to be done, but by the time you get everything done the way it should be, it's time to start over on the stuff you did first. My little dandelion there. That's my son's bedroom. But check out these mushrooms. Inedible, but they can be used to make dye and ink. I'm just letting them grow. What do you think? Aren't those cool? I see the daffodils are busting out everywhere. What do you think? Okay, that's my morning walk around the yard.